A super minor thing, but you ever notice how, like, commentary channels is like, it's just a dude's name every time. It's like, for me, it'd be like, like Johnny Bimero. And then, it's just a guy's name. There's no usernames. It's never a username. It's just somebody's name. And the video is like, Jake Paul did what? Or like some shit like that. I always thought that was kind of funny. So we're changing my entire channel presence now. I'm thinking instead of being Jimmy Bim, we should just go with, names instead. It makes more sense. It's a better idea. Who uses usernames anymore, right? Okay, so from now on, I only want to be called John Boyechki. I refuse anything else, and if you call me anything else, I'll probably attack you. The thing is, though, when it comes to commentary channels, they're obviously very successful, and their videos are actually quite fun to watch, because sometimes it's nice to be informed about dramatic type situations without actually having to, watch the dramatic person do their weird, silly thing, So it is definitely nice to see, and it's nice to, like, look at on occasion. I personally think it's cool, like, I watch them on occasion, but at the same time, it sometimes feels like just, I guess, farming drama for the sake of doing it, right? Like, you don't actually care about these causes, you just want the viewership of it, right? Which I also understand because people gotta make their money somehow, right? You gotta make a living, you gotta make a viewership. I wouldn't know what that's like because I don't do either of those things. Now, why is all this important? The thing is I'm trying to get here is like, I'm not a commentary channel. My username is there. It's Jimmy Bim. I don't have, like, the name of like my full name. I just have Jimmy Bim. I play video games. That's like the primary thing I do. I'm a gamer. I know, shocking. And that's like all I do. I don't have any right to commentate on stuff or do anything like that, right? So I'd like to get that across the way. I'm by no means some sort of, like, big commentary fella. I'm just Jimmy Bim. I'm just a silly little guy. So don't, take anything I say as some sort of, like, rightful gospel of truth, okay? This is just me talking. This is just me saying shit, okay? That's ultimately what this is. So if anyone sees this and thinks like, oh man, this guy's trying to start some shit. This guy's a real drama guy, huh? No, that's like, you couldn't be further from the truth. I'd like to start this by saying I'm not really someone who watches game theory that often, or ever, really. Like, ever is a better idea. This is not meant to be an open critique. It is more just, it's a rant. I just want to rant about something. I'm sick and tired of hearing the stupid Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Oh, Link's actually dead. He's dead the whole time. He's going through the stages of grief because he's dead. He's accepting that he's dead. No, that's like, you missed the core point of the thing. And I know you're gonna say like, oh, it's a game theory. It's not a theory. It's a game theory. Oh, I know. I'm allowed to call a theory stupid. Doesn't mean I, like, think the person actually thinks this is, like, 100% fact. But it's being parroted by a bunch of jackasses in my Twitch chats for, like, years now. And I'm tired. I'm tired, okay? I don't want to hear this shit anymore. He's not dead. I'm tired. But I'm gonna be completely transparent with you. I've only ever heard this theory, like, parroted through other people. I never heard it straight from Game Theory's mouth. So I think it would be a good idea to check out exactly what this theory is, exactly what the video is, and exactly what I'm so mad about. Does it matter? Is this worth it? Of course not, but I'm fucking bored. I'd like to point out first things first. This video is like from like 2013, so it's like beyond, like, super outdated and something weird to be mad about still, considering this is, 2022. And I'm being a little bit ridiculous. Yes, I understand that. I don't really care. I'm still doing this. I'm having fun.
Wheel of Gaming, turn, turn, turn. Tell me the fan base I should burn. Oh, jeez.
Okay, I unironically missed that, like, weird period of YouTube where you kind of, like, embrace the cringe, It was really fucking dumb. I did it too, so I feel it, okay? I can respect this. I can understand this.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, the show that unwittingly manages to offend a new subset of die-hard video game fans on a regular basis.
It doesn't take much to offend gamers, I would know. I'm one of them. Clearly, I'm upset by this.
That's why today we're talking about the absolutely absurd physics of Zelda's hook.
That actually got me.
Excuse me, Mr. Butter Gamer, you appear to be on the wrong channel.
Huh. How'd that happen?
YouTube glitch.
Oh, YouTube glitch. While we're on the subject, can we talk about how videos don't reach subscribers?
Or comments requiring Google+.
That was the most dated shit Like, look, watching this back, I don't remember Google Plus at all until this moment. Okay, well, this has nothing to do with my point. I got distracted. Shut up.
Like, who would think that Nintendo would actually release a game about Link dying?
Wait, say that again?
Well, it's just a theory.
Oh.
A game theory! Sorry.
Each area in the game features some aspect of loss, right? But the way the game's NPCs handle these losses differ from one location to the next. In fact, how the characters handle their personal losses and the order in which you confront them perfectly match up with what's known as the Kubler-Ross model of grief.
See, that was a really cool aspect, Majora's Mask. You know, the world is ending, the world is processing in different ways. Each section is a process of the grief, with the fact the moon is falling and going to kill everybody, which is, you know, kind of insane. But also, it mirrors the acceptance of the loss of a friend, because at the beginning of the game, it's talking about how Link is searching for a lost friend, aka Navi, from Ocarina of Time, if you recall at the end, who flies away and says goodbye. Out of nowhere, kind of. I don't know why the fuck that even happened, but, you know, it's gotta be sad. They made this game like a year, okay? They kind of had to throw a story together pretty fast, and I think they did pretty good with it.
When someone is confronted with death, they go through 5 very distinct emotional phases: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Dabda for short.
Dabda!
Link's...
I'm 24.
Even though there's a moon that's going to crash into the world, killing everyone in 3 days, no one seems to care.
See, the denial one I always thought was the scariest one, because, like, Clocktown's just like, no, there's no moon. We're okay. We're having a good time. Everyone's having a blast, Link. Okay? We're gonna have a carnival. Everything's gonna be fine.
You see Muto the Carpenter calling anyone who's scared a coward, saying that the falling moon is just a groundless theory.
A game
No, still not yet. Appreciate the enthusiasm, though.
I was pumped.
You mad, bro?
The rest of these are essentially just like recapping the, you know, stages of grief in Majora's Mask through the different areas. You know, so you have like your denial in Clocktown, anger in the Deku Palace, and so on and so forth. But like it also just has, you know, dated memes. So, you know, it's a video from 2013. I'm not gonna fault them for having dated memes, you know, but we're not recapping that. You don't need to see that. It's okay.
And it's at the Great Bay that Link meets Lulu.
Hey, Lulu! Let's go, Lulu!
When you really stop to think about the whole repeating 3 days gameplay mechanic, that in essence is how grief can feel. Like you're trapped in time and can't move forward. It paralyzes you from moving on with your life.
See, I totally get that. That's actually a solid point. Like, they're analyzing the aspect of greed perfectly in this game. Why is Link dead?
I don't see why you'd say he's dead. The game starts off with him roaming the Lost Woods in search of Navi, who flew away at the end of Ocarina of Time. Why anyone...
But in my mind, there's more evidence to suggest something even darker.
I guarantee you, I'm gonna look at all these. I'm not gonna be like, you know, mind-opening evidence. I'm gonna see big reaches. Because that's what this channel is. That's completely understandable. Again, it's a theory channel. I don't have to like the theory. We're saying this one last time. I don't have to like the theory. Okay? It's a theory channel. I don't like it. I can think it's stupid. I can think it's dumb. Why do I have that power? Because I'm a viewer. And I make a funny video on the haha YouTube, okay? God.
Throughout Majora's Mask, Link is actually in purgatory, the waiting room of the afterlife, and that the game represents his journey to accept his death and move on. First, look at the name of the place, Termina. That's not even subtle, Nintendo.
The place is dying. It's not just Link, everybody's dying. That's the funny. That's the funny. That's the funny!
Isn't it a bit strange that Link is falling down through a tree trunk into what equates to practically a whole new country? With its own astronomically themed nightmare fuel that apparently no one in Hyrule knows about.
I mean, it's fucking Zelda. In Twilight Princess, you walk through a door and get transported through time and find the Temple of Time, which is suddenly much bigger than it ever was before, and having entire new zones with a giant spider. You can't look for, like, pure, realistic ideas in a magic world. You fall down a hole, you could easily end up in a new country.
Where is this place supposed to be located?
I always just thought it was like a separate world. I thought that would make sense. You know, there are different dimensions and worlds exist in Zelda. They have existed. You have, you know, for example, Link to the Past, Link Between Worlds, you know? That's just a thing. That's a Zelda thing. I don't know, it just seems to make sense. But, don't know. Kid's dead. Gotta be.
And remember, Link supposedly fell a really long way to end up here. If that's the case, though, he would have died.
Really? We're just gonna go with he would have died. if we're gonna be like completely literal about it, he's fallen off a bunch of things in these games. If we're gonna dismiss gameplay mechanics, then sure, I can't say like, you know, Link jumps off the highest point in the entire game and takes one little like half heart of damage, you know? But that being said, the game shows that his fall is cushioned by this cute little Deku flower, okay? They're showing you. I know it's hard to suspend your disbelief for something that's stupid, but like that's what it is. It's a game where he fell on a flower, you know? Undertale did it too.
But Nintendo has always taken falling very seriously in 3D Zeldas.
No, they have. You take like a tick of damage. This isn't Banjo-Kazooie where you hit fucking terminal velocity and goes BOW! And fucking Banjo dies.
Like a bad LSD trip ripped straight out of Alice in Wonderland, which, spoiler alert, ends up being all a bad dream.
I will admit there's a lot of Alice in Wonderland type feel of like going inside the into Terminal in the first place, but like that's the point. So Wonderland, it's a weird bizarro world. That doesn't mean Link's dead. The dead thing, you're going far with the dead thing, and I think you're going too far. Like there's a lot of other things, but you really want the dead thing to be like there. That's like you're really reaching for it.
Does Epona also live through that huge fall? Even if she does, Skulka would have to transport her over this water, through this cave door, and over these deadly platforms, all for her to end up at Romani Ranch later in the game.
Skull can pull down the moon. I think he can do anything. Like that's like, the mask is really strong. He pulled down the moon.
It does seem pretty suspicious.
Like it can't be real.
That means Link's dead.
Link's personal purgatory, his journey to accept his death, is populated with people he's encountered before.
They had to make this game like a little bit after Ocarina of Time. They had a year to make it. They just didn't have enough time to make new models, you know? That's the realistic answer, but it's kind of boring. If you want to be like lore answer, Bizarre World, Mirror World, parallel dimension, there's a parallel link. The parallel link is the Fierce Deity, whoa!
The transformation masks all represent characters who have died. There's Darmani the Goron, whose ghost appears to you, Mikau the Zora guitarist, who actually dies in front of you, and although it's never actually said, the Deku mask is most likely this little sprout, the deceased child of the Deku butler. Knowing that these different transformations are Link assuming the forms of deceased characters, turn your attention to this, the Elegy of Emptiness. It's a song you get late in the game that allows you to create statue clones of your current form. In a lot of ways, they're like funeral effigies, standing there as a memorial to the dead. Now, if the only masks that allow you to create a clone using this song are the ones that are related to dead people, and Link is somehow able to create a clone of himself, that would seem to...
The masks let you create a copy of the body you're in. No other mask changes your body. Aside from Fierce Deity, but you can't, you know, do the song Fierce Deity because that's a boss fight only, you know, mask. But, like, it's not because they're dead. It's because you change your entire anatomy when you become them. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. I'm getting heated.
Well, Majora's Mask comes before Twilight Princess according to the official Zelda timeline, right? And in Twilight Princess, there's the hero Shade, a Stalfos-looking creature who has officially been confirmed in Hyrule Historia as the spirit of the Hero of Time, aka Link in Majora's Mask. And just in case you doubt they're one and the same, he's left-handed like Link, and most of the songs he uses come from Ocarina and Majora.
See, that's the thing, though. Just because he's in Twilight Princess's Shade doesn't mean this takes place when he dies. First off, why would he become a child when he died? If as a Shade, he's clearly a full-grown adult in armor and everything, you know? Or did he just be like, was it just like, oh man, I died as a kid? Adult up! You know, like... Or you could say, like, you know, his most impactful time was as a child, so he's reliving through purgatory as a child. I don't know. That's fucking stupid. There was like 400 years between those games. He could have just died of old age or in some other fight. I don't know. This does nothing to do with Majora's Mask, ultimately. It's just that he appears in a later game as a spirit, you know? Like, what the fuck?
Those who become lost in the woods are fated to become Astalfos. Although I accepted life as the hero, I could not convey the lessons of that life to those who came after. At last, I have eased my regrets. So, the Hero of Time is somehow prevented from teaching others his ways. And that begs the question, why? Why would this hero who has conquered both evil and time have such profound regrets? Could it be that he died prematurely? Could it be that he died in the Lost Woods becoming Astalfos? Could it be? Probably.
No, not probably. You just kind of threw that together and then said, probably. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. Also, the whole, like, Stalfos thing, there's Stalfos in Twilight Princess, and they look nothing like the hero Shade. Like, aside from, I guess, having a skull. But, like, they're physical, and he's, like, literally, like, transparent. He's a spirit. I don't know. Fuck, this annoys me.
saying believe in your strength directly mirrors what the Happy Mask salesman says to Link throughout Majora's Mask. Believe in your strengths.
Okay, just because the Happy Mask salesman told him to the Majora's Mask doesn't mean he's dead. That could just mean he remembered that lesson. Character growth! He died! He's gotta be dead! He had character growth!
What I think is the strongest proof of this theory. Do you happen to remember the first line he says to you in the game?
You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. He said this because you're fucking dead, Link. You died. You passed away. You're gone forever, Link. No, because you turned into a Deku scrub. You're wearing someone's corpse. I think that's a little darker, if anything, but still. You're wearing someone's corpse as a mask, and it anatomically fused your bodies together in some weird Deku-Link hybrid mess that has, like, a weird shield and a blade hat, okay? This is not that he's dead. Stop it. Stop it. This is stupid.
But that line actually repeats again later in the game. Every time you let the moon crash towards Earth, the animation shows the moon destroying Clocktown, Link getting consumed by fire, then you hear the Happy Mask salesman's laugh and see this line. The terrible fate isn't being turned into a scrub, it's Link dying. Why else would Nintendo choose to repeat that particular line at that particular instant?
Because it sounded scary and you died, you know? Or it's, another example of repeating the time loop and going back to when he said it. There's a lot of things that could be. But I don't think Nintendo actively was like, Link's dead! We killed him! We finally did it!
Ultimately though, dead or not, the reason this game is so incredible is that it's bigger than itself. It's symbolic of much larger and mature topics, allowing for any number of interpretations really. It's deeper, more somber, and incredibly more artistic than other entries in the series.
No, I completely agree with that. This is a very symbolic, beautiful, somber game that I hold dear to my heart and, constantly fights for my #1 spot in Zelda in general. For an obvious reason. Like, it's incredible. It's wonderful. I still don't think the dead thing is accurate, and I think it's dumb that was even construed as an idea in the first place. And I think it kind of shits on the overall actual theme of just, processing grief rather than accepting your own death, which is that different thing entirely. You know what I mean? But, hey.
The gamer sees what the gamer most wants to see in this sort of game.
That's like the best thing he said this entire time. This entire video is a gamer seeing what he wants to see. I can't fault that. I can't. What do you want from me? He just said he wants to see he sees what he wants to see. Why do I say no? Well, you don't see what you want to see, MatPat. You don't see anything.
Have you suffered a loss as a child? You'll respond to those moments in the game. Are you afraid of losing your friends and being betrayed? Then Skull Kid's story will probably speak to you. And that's what happens when you try to interpret a work of art. What you're left with is, at best, just a theory. A game.
Is this the one? This time?
Now was the...
Okay.
Well, that about covers it for that part of the video. Take this bad boy down, am I right? Let's get out of here. Now, my issue here is I still don't see how Link could be dead. I understand the points that he was making. I understand what he was going with. But all this led to me having was, like, a little bit more anger about more people coming in and being like, Link's dead! Link's terrible! He got killed in the Majora! He killed me! He's accepting his death because he got killed in the Majora! I still don't see that, like conclusion. I still don't understand how you can quite get to there without making serious leaps, and I still have no reason to actually make this video. This is just a lighthearted thing of me watching a game theory video and disagreeing with it. I'm not a commentary YouTuber. This isn't me like being like, oh, MatPat is canceled for, doing the thing. I don't know shit about that. I don't know shit about MatPat does. I don't know if MatPat's problematic. He could be. I have no fucking idea. The point is ultimately for me that I think I just like to talk about things, Because it's YouTube. I'm allowed to make a video on here talking about things I dislike or like, and I don't like this video. I'm not sure about other game theory stuff. It's probably great. It's probably grand. It kind of led to the rise of Five Nights primarily, which, yeah, for some people that was a good thing. Ultimately, just because I don't like this theory doesn't mean you don't have to like it either. If you think this theory is a great explanation for Majora's Mask, cool. For me, it kind of feels like it ruins the game. But that's my own opinion. That's not any opinion. That's a gamer's opinion. You're 24. Relax. Anyways, I essentially just made this for no reason at all. I one time complained about it, and then someone said to make a video about it, so I was like, and then I kind of postponed it for like a year. So I just made a quick one because, it's not that big a deal to really focus all my attention on. It's just basically, I don't like this video. I don't like this theory. I got irrationally upset about it to a point where I consider if I'm a toddler or not. But we move on, we grow, we learn, we adapt, you know? Maybe in the future, I won't get as mad when someone's like, oh, Linkle the Pistol died in the fuckle tickle. The ultimate point being, if you're ever in, like, say, therapy, and to talk about the stages of grief and what you're going through right now, never just be like, damn it, I'm dead! I'm in a fairy world! And another thing, if you see a video of someone doing, like, a commentary video on someone, 9 times out of 10, they don't actually have any hard feelings towards that person. They're just trying to make a video on a topic they want to talk about. For me, this was just a fun little rant. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want anything like this in the future, let me know. I have been Jimmy Bim. I hope you enjoyed. Be brave, my little Bimmers. I'm gonna go walk outside, die, and then go through a bunch of stages of grief in my child form for some fucking reason. Eat ass, shit ass, whatever the hell else I say, and have a wonderful day.